So, have you ever wanted to own a piece of history like this, the 16013? You'll see why this one's kind of a special watch, especially, well, to me personally, and maybe to you as well. Welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We'd greatly appreciate if you purchase your next watch from us at jazztime.com, while I also knock over my lighting equipment. Alright, now, we'll be talking about this Rolex Datejust from the mid to early 80s. I believe this one's from 1983 if I understand the serial correctly. An 8 serial. Anyway, we'll be going over the case, the dial, bezel, crown, the crown functions, as well as the bracelet and all of the peripherals to go along with that, the wearing experience as well, and why this one is kind of a special watch. All right, as you can see, this is a Rolex Datejust 36 from finger to thumb, 36 millimeters. It contains a complete oyster steel case with holes in it for easy adjustments of the bracelet should you ever need to switch it out, with a screw down case back and winding crown to ensure water resistance down to 300 meters or 330 feet or 100 meters below sea level. This one features a two-tone overall look, otherwise known as a Rolls-Or, meaning that it has yellow gold, in this case, yellow gold on the middle 3 links of this Jubilee bracelet, and yellow gold bezel. Alright, the fluted style bezel, which is always made with some sort of gold. This yellow Rolls-Or being Rolex's own in-house made proprietary blend of yellow gold with other materials, including oyster steel, to create a very strong, robust gold that still maintains its shine even to today, early 2021. This watch is actually older than I am, this specific watch anyway, as it was made again in 83, and certainly older than I am. Taking a look closer at this dial, now you'll notice that the reflection on the crystal is different from the other videos that I've been putting out on Rolex Datejust, and that's because that this crystal is actually made of acrylic before the time of sapphire crystals. Still has a Cyclops lens for easy reading of the date. As you can see, it's a very small aperture on the dial, but under the Cyclops lens, nice and big. Alright, so keep in mind that this is not as scratch resistant, nowhere near as scratch resistant as sapphire, which has basically the configuration of diamond. Very, very robust. This one, not as much, but still incredibly strong. And with the acrylic crystal, it's important to note that if you replace this acrylic with a sapphire crystal, it will not actually hold its waterproofness rating. It will actually become waterlogged the second you dip underwater. If you go outside in the rain or wash your hands, no problem, no issue there. But just keep in mind, if you get this crystal replaced with a sapphire, it will very much not keep that waterproofness. All right. Now, taking a closer look at this dial, we have what's known as a champagne dial with a vertical tapestry pattern. All right. Now, that's not exactly what makes this watch entirely special, although it is quite unique to this watch because they don't really make these champagne tapestries anymore, especially in the more modern era of Datejust watches. Taking a closer look at that printing directly onto this sort of fluting of this this dial. All right, so if you look at it straight on, very easy to read. At certain angles, it sort of makes parts of the lettering disappear, which is quite interesting, very characteristic, and quite distinctive of this dial. All 18 karat gold index placements all the way around, minus the 12 and 3 o'clock positions. The 12 being the Rolex crown, 3 o'clock position being the date aperture. Now, if I turn off the lights, you'll note that it's actually not the newer chroma light or any sort of luminescence at all. Right? This is before the time of applied luminescence onto all of these aspects. So keep in mind that even though that this is an index hour mark watch, a Datejust, a Rolex Datejust from the early 80s, there's no luminescence to speak of here. All right, purely, well, I won't say purely decorative because you do get more decoration than function in low light situations. Well, the watch isn't all that useful in low light situations when it doesn't glow anyway. All right, now taking a look at how this works. It works as you would expect from a Rolex Datejust. Simply unwind it to the first position. This allows you to wind the watch. Now, the damping on the winding is actually incredibly high, so if you're used to more modern day Rolex watches, it will turn very easily. This one has quite a bit of resistance to it. A lot of that due to the antiquated mechanical parts of this watch. All right, certainly not a bad thing. All right, now let me move the minute hand out of the way for a minute. If you pull it out to the second position and you rotate the crown counterclockwise, you can actually access the quick set of this date. Now keep in mind that you can't do this before 8:30 a.m. and after 6:30 p.m. because during that time the date aperture the mechanics in charge of changing the date at midnight are actually engaged. So doing so could potentially damage the movement. Now this is currently 10:06 a.m. Okay, so it's perfectly safe to set the date. And when you set the date, keep in mind that also it's an entire rotation to advance the date by 1. And also note the sort of almost at this point whimsical looking font within the date aperture. All right, we have different varying degrees of font sizes. We have the Fat 4, all right, and interesting number 6s, 7s, 8s, and 9s, especially the number 3s. Those are quite interesting in their own right. And also the 20, the 2 has a different size depending on the number. When you have 21 or 20, you have a smaller 2 or a wider 2, but then these other numbers, the 2 is actually smaller. Okay, so quite an interesting little feature there. Now, if you find yourself on the 30th of a month, tomorrow is the 31st, or rather if tomorrow is the 1st of the next month, it's better to set the date once you're there already on the 1st. So you'll actually wake up the next morning on the 31st, wait until about 10 or after 8:30, about time when you're ready to go into work. That's when you would engage this quick set date and advance it to the 1st. All right, nice and easy. Just keep that in mind. All right, now pull out the crown to the final position. Note that there's a hacking seconds function, something that a lot of watchmakers actually seem to overlook, but Rolex have built this into their movement quite handily from as early as 1977, where this movement came from. All right, now you can simply move the minute hand precisely to any position, any minute required. All right, press the crown back in and screw it tightly back against the case to ensure that superior water resistance. All right, now what makes all this work? Again, the introduced in 1977 is the Rolex caliber 3035/3035. All right, it has 27 joules, less than the current models, which have 30 plus. This one has a BPH, vibration per hour rating of 28,800, meaning 4 hertz, or in other words, 8 ticks per second. Incredibly reliable, incredibly precise, even from the early 80s or late 70s, depending on what you want to refer to. In terms of the movement, late 70s. All right, it has the center mounted hour, minute, and seconds hand with the date aperture and stop seconds for precise time setting. It has the free-sprung brigade balance spring, and it has a COSC certification, plus or minus 2 seconds per day time differential, something that they preserved throughout many of the years that they've been in service. All right, now taking a look here at the bracelet, it is all hollow links. If you turn it sideways, the only solid links are on these outer steel portions here, the outer links being a satin brush finishing on the outside, while the middle 3 links, the intermediary links, all in yellow gold, are actually hollow. All right, so if you turn it to the side, you see that there's actually space among all these links, giving it a much more bendable sort of feature here, which actually quite conforms to any wrist very nicely. All right, Now moving down to the oyster clasp, functions as you would expect. So just simply lift the top to unhook it. Nice and easy. Rolex stamped logo on the inside. All right, while I'm here, actually try it on, give you my thoughts as to how it fits on the wrist. Now, keep in mind, this is a smaller watch, a 36 model. I do prefer 36s myself. I measure 7 inches around the wrist, and this one actually did come to us pre-owned, so there may be some links removed and just simply lost over time. But keep in mind, this one actually fits very nicely. I do myself prefer 36mm models because with the integrated bracelet, I do get plenty of framing on the top and bottom and easy reading of that dial, no problem there. And with this champagne overall look, gives it a very vertical sense, especially with this Tapestry dial, gives it this overall conformity of verticality integrated into the dial as well as the rest of the bracelet. So cohesive in its appearance, yes, and certainly very easy to read as well with those 18 karat gold counters. Makes it incredibly easy to read no matter what time it is. Now, as to the wearability of this, incredibly light, so incredibly light, lighter than the modern day 36mm models. All right, the lugs do hang a little bit over the edge of my wrist. Not that that's an issue, because plenty of space among all these Jubilee links makes it a very, very comfortable, very soft, and incredibly breathable overall feel. All right, now, what makes this watch so special? Well, if you search up the reference number 16013, you'll find that this is in fact known as the American Psycho watch, the watch popularized and used in the movie and referenced consistently throughout the novel American Psycho, also worn by Christian Bale as Patrick Bateman. One of my favorite movies ever of all time, because it's just absolutely absurd and actually hilarious in many of its portions. But this watch actually does play quite an integral, well, I wouldn't say it's a plot point, but it is mentioned here and there in the movie. But Rolex didn't want this watch to be mentioned in the movie, so, you know, obviously there was one portion where he said, you know, don't touch the Rolex, but they had to switch out the line to don't touch the watch. Same sort of thing. You can see him wearing this model, the 16013, maybe not with this dial, maybe more with the silver dial or champagne, just plain champagne dial, but still, this is the reference number featured in that movie, one of my favorite movies ever of all time. All right, so I don't know, perhaps why would you want to get an 80s watch? Well, I posed that question earlier, would you like to own a piece of history? And certainly this is a piece of history. Let me give you a little anecdotal evidence. I own a Canon 5D Mark IV, a DSLR, a digital single lens reflex camera. Not to worry, I'm not going to go over all the technical aspects of that, but it's at this point a very old camera and has been superseded by the EOS R, which is a mirrorless camera, no mirror, and it's just better in every way. And even though I have the EOS R for myself, I still like to use the 5D Mark IV because not only is it a piece of history, but it also has a lot of those things that I actually find dear. So in much the same respect, when you have this sort of almost crunchy feel of turning the crown, you get that tactile feedback, something that you don't get quite as much in the newer Rolex models because it's a very smooth turn. This one's a little bit rougher feeling, so you can actually feel the gears turning, and you can also, you know, adjust the time, and it just feels different. There's just something about this watch that just feels different to the touch and to the mechanics internally as you change them using the crown here. And also the sensibilities of Rolex using, you know, well, at this point in time, this is sort of a dated look, but that's just sort of what makes it so special, this sort of 80s look. So, would you like to own a piece of history? I personally would, and I personally already do. Maybe not in the Rolex line, but, you know, in the Canon camera line I certainly do. And you know, you could own a piece of history as well yourself, also featured in one of my favorite movies as well. Could be one of yours either also. Anyway, what do you think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below what you think. Maybe you want to pick this one up, maybe you don't. Let us know why. And also, subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, current production, or even discontinued like this one, maybe kind of a famous one as well, let us know. Go to our website down below in the description, jazztime.com. Links down in the description below. We'll see you in the next one, and take care.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on the mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.